Hey guys, welcome back to the BuzWeaver channel. And in our top stories today from AP, House passes a bill that could lead to a TikTok ban if Chinese owner refuses to sell. Now, of course, I have an account on TikTok where I do post my videos, and about every week to 2 weeks, one of them is, well, I receive a community warning for them. The latest one was on Deadspin, of course, on the young kid, the Kansas City chief with blackface. So apparently certain things they allow, other things they don't. Now, some of the things they suggest that I should watch, I would not even be able to show you here. So it's amazing what they give you community strikes for or community warnings for and what they don't. So Washington, AP. The House on Wednesday passed a bill that would lead to a nationwide ban of the popular video app TikTok if its China-based owner doesn't sell its stake, as lawmakers act on concerns that the company's current ownership structure is a national security threat. Now, as you know, Donald Trump was banned from Twitter from really not having violated anything. And I, of course, showed you the exchanges with 𝐢𝐧𝐟𝐥𝐢𝐚, the then security and law person there at Twitter. Of course, they were trying to the internal debate, but of course, when the government pushed them, they relented because, as we see here, a national security threat, because they can just simply receive a letter, the national security letter from the national security agencies, and they say, your particular business, your industry, whatever it is posing a threat to us and national security, so we're going to shut you down. Of course, they go through the legal process. It's very similar to the lawfare that's being conducted against Donald Trump. The bill passed by a vote of 352 to 65. Now it goes to the Senate, where it is where its prospects are unclear. So it's interesting to see if, by chance, I've heard that Rumble may pick it up or another company may pick it up. TikTok, which has more than 170 million American users, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Chinese technology firm ByteDance Ltd. And the Chinese, their culture, their mindset, the way they conduct business, the way they conduct government and so forth is completely different from here in the West. The Chinese, of course, operates under the CCP, which the CCP does whatever it wants, really, is the whole basis of it. There is no rights, really, in China. You don't even own your own property. Anything that belongs to you, that you think belongs to you, or you have ownership of, it doesn't belong to you. Just like all the businesses that are conducted there, if it's a car company, pharmaceutical company, whatever company there in China, it has to be two of the people there, two Chinese individuals have to be part of the ownership, and the CCP can go in anytime they want to, make changes. You can't sue either. I mean, when they try to take intellectual properties or they violate certain copyrights and stuff, the Chinese are like, well, that's the way we do business. You can just leave. And that sounds hyperbolic. That sounds rather almost juvenile, but that's exactly the way they work. The lawmakers contend that ByteDance is beholden to the Chinese government, which it is. It's just a fact, which could demand access to the data of TikTok's consumers in the U.S. whenever it wants, which it does. The worry stems from a set of Chinese national security laws that compel organizations to assist with intelligence gathering, which is funny because that's really not too incredibly different than what the United States does. But like I mentioned, Twitter shut down Donald Trump, and then it was a cascade effect. Then it was Facebook, and then it was all the other major, Instagram, obviously, because it's owned by Zuckerberg as well. But it's a cascade effect, and it's interesting because they are collecting data and information, which can include most anyone, versus when the government themselves are just simply pursuing someone. But this is an interesting kind of situation right now, an interesting quandary, as it were, because the CCP has no problem shutting anything down in their country whenever they want to and pursuing anyone that they want to pursue. So I'm curious if you guys have TikTok accounts. I know some of you do because you follow me there, and I appreciate, all the support you guys give me across all of social media. Those links are down below if you guys are wondering, as well as my affiliate links. All those things help out the channel. But I'm just curious how many of you guys may use TikTok. Some of you guys don't. I know YouTube is usually your primary thing, and you probably access it via phone versus PC, which is always weird to me because I really use my phone as little as possible when it comes to apps and so forth. That's just me, perhaps, because I just like mouse and keyboard. But I find this really kind of interesting, in the scheme of all that's going on, the pursuit, because obviously Elon Musk is also being pursued because he exposed the same organizations, the NSA, the Department of Homeland Security, all these organizations that worked, that were working together to to ban certain individuals, ban certain speech, ban certain information. And then we saw that also with 𝐀𝐦𝐚𝐳𝐨𝐧 when she had to appear, along with some of the other individuals from Twitter who have appeared on Capitol Hill, as well as Zuckerberg, how much actually gets done. So I'm kind of curious how far this is going to go, whether or not TikTok will actually be banned. Now, the CCP does this stuff routinely, so it's no big deal to them. Now, they're not going to be happy about it because, they like their data collection. They like to be able to sell things very similar to Zuckerberg and Cambridge Analytica. If you guys remember all that stuff, we covered that here on the channel years ago. But I'd like to get your thoughts on that, what you think about TikTok, if you're a user of TikTok and so forth, and just very curious thing. But I do want to thank all of you guys across all new tech. That's Rumble, BitChute, and what am I missing out here? Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. Yes, of course, Odyssey. And Minds and other areas that I'm in, because it's just fascinating the way this is all impacted and the way things are going. But thanks you guys for the likes, the shares, and the comments. All those little things do help the channel. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon. You guys can click on that to subscribe, as well as to select notifications. That when you know when there's content here on the channel. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of off. I'm trying to adjust my schedule. I got jury duty coming up, so I'm trying to adjust my schedule to get up earlier, so I'm kind of in a fog. But nonetheless, guys, that's what I have for you today, and I'll see all of you in the next video.